Hello, everyone. Welcome to our episode of 1, 2, 3 Wrestling right here on SRB TV. I'm Kristen, and as always, joined by Mo Brothers.
What is up, everybody?
Yes, Nick Slade will not be joining us for these prediction specials as he's feeling a bit under the weather. So hopefully, knock on wood, I'm knocking on wood over here. He will be back in time. He'll be feeling much better in time for Saturday's main show. And what show is that we're talking about? Of course, it is Survivor Series 2022, also known as WarGames. I can't do it like Nick can. Mo, can you do it like Nick can?
War games.
Okay, thank you. Somebody did it. Chris, you get like an 8. He gets like a 9 on that one. So anyways, yeah. I think you'll be happy to know only a 5-match card as of right now. We're recording this on Tuesday, the day after Monday Night Raw. So we just wrapped that up. There's one thing we still don't know about, but yeah, only 5 matches on this card. I was generally surprised. I thought we were gonna round out of 6 because it's been 6 lately.
Oh, only 5 right now. I mean, something's gonna be announced at SmackDown. I'm sure of it.
Well, we'll get into that shortly, but the only thing to be announced for WarGames on Friday SmackDown is the final competitor of the women's team for the women's WarGames match for the face side. So yeah, this era of Triple H has been going pretty good so far. Not every episode has been stand out, but it's been better quality than when Vince was running earlier this year. That being said, it's still favoring a bit more SmackDown than Raw. You can tell with me personally watching, because I'm the only one out of the 3 of us who actually still watches week to week. So I can tell you the quality has gotten better. It's not must see every week, but quality has gotten better. And we're going to discuss that when we go through these matches, because first up is for the United States Championship match as Seth Rollins defends against Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory. So you may have heard about this, but a couple weeks ago, yes, you probably heard about it. So a couple weeks ago on Raw, Austin tried to cash in on Seth Rollins. That didn't go so great because just as he was sealing the deal on the U.S. title, he unfortunately met the hands of Bobby Lashley, who destroyed him, only for him to get Theory to get back in the ring to stomp and for Rollins to retain. Lashley, of course, is involved in this because Lesnar was the reason he initially lost the U.S. title. Then stuff like Crown Jewel happened. And, okay, so Crown Jewel was stupid. So basically, Lashley lost because Rock did his own version of Brett's rope pin move, but there's 2 problems with that. The main problem with that is Lashley's right shoulder was up, and the ref still counted 3, and so Lesnar won that, but Lashley got his comeuppance back by just wrecking Lesnar some more after the match at Crown Jewel. There. So you're caught up with Lashley's situation because now he's basically back. He wants a U.S. title. Wants a U.S. title back. He got opportunity once and then borked himself on it. I don't know.
Borked himself?
So basically what happened was Rollins asked for an open challenge for United States title open challenge, CMA famous stuff like that. And originally it was going to be Ali. Then Ali got to show up at Lashley. Lashley comes out, and before the match even starts, he wrecks Rollins before the match starts, and then basically is ruled a no contest, and he doesn't go for it again. Okay, and later this night is when they try again. No, wait, was it later that night? No, that's what it was. It was the same. It was the same main event, but basically, yeah, Lashley came out, wrecked him for it, no contest, and that's it. And he's pissed that he still hasn't gotten a rematch for the U.S. title. So yeah, kind of stupid. So here we are now, triple threat match. I'm loving where they're going. So Austin Theory, like I said, failed cash in. Triple H used this and pulled up, I'm going to reboot your character. So now Theory doesn't come out with the phone anymore. he's taking himself a bit more seriously, even claims the reason, it's not a great reason, but at least it's a reason. He explains that Theory was the reason that, oh no, sorry. Theory was the reason. Of course he was the reason, but like he cashed in because there was no way in hell he was ever going to be able to successfully cash in on Reigns, because Reigns has the bloodline, and every time chance he's gotten before has led to ultimate failure and stuff. And so he's looking at this as like a silver lining, that not does he not have this hanging thread over him, which was the briefcase. Now he can be more focused and dominant. And lately he's been wrecking fools, mainly Ali, but like he's been mainly acting a lot more serious, not coming onto the camera. Don't see the selfie ARs anymore when he comes in. Like he's definitely, he has a beard now. That's a sign, Triple H is like running things now. He has a beard now, everything. So yeah. And so that's where we're at now. Basically, both got, one wants to redeem himself for the failed cash in, one wants to have that rematch he could have had, but now once again, because he could have had. So yeah, so with all that being said, Seth Rollins is definitely leaning more towards the babyface side in this. Like Lashley's definitely a bit lean more towards heel. Obviously Theory's already a heel. So with that being said, with what I've said so far, Rollins considers the US title the top championship on Raw, because the other guy has both belts. So with all that being said, who do you got winning this one? I apologize. I know I said a lot.
I mean, look, they're all former. They've all held the U.S. championship, right? Theory got the U.S. championship for a little bit.
The youngest U.S. champion in WWE history.
I would say, I want to say Theory, just because if he wins it, that would kind of make up for the whole Money in the Bank thing. Would he be the youngest two-time U.S. champion?
I guess that's one of those unique accolades people like stamp on if they can't do like one main accolade.
Well, it's more like just adding to a legacy. Like if he was the youngest two-time US champion, that would mean something. And then it's like, of course, with him being so young, he's bound to stick around for a while. So I kind of see like the most significant thing would be Theory coming out on top on this.
Okay.
And then he's, shown as the ultimate survivor in this triple threat.
Yeah, I watched prediction earlier saying one of them was like, yeah, he like Theory does feel like if anybody else is going to win it aside from Rollins retaining out of the three, it was going to be Theory. As much as I would love to say Theory now, I don't know. I'm going to lean on Rollins retaining. I'm going to go off the fact he hasn't been champion that long. Like he lost it he got it like a month before Crown Jewel. So like, yeah, I think based off how long I'm going off reigns. I would be a betting man and say like he is definitely going to hold on to a bit longer. It's the reason like I didn't get pissed when we found out. Wait, did you? No, you haven't yet fully caught the full gear yet.
No.
But. So in layman's terms, there's going to be a best of 7 series happening because of the outcome of one of the matches on full gear.
I'm aware of that.
Okay, you're aware of that. So like, I can see why they did that in that context, because if they didn't, like Death Triangle would be like only champions for what 2.5 months. So at least stretching out like this can eventually, whenever you give it back to give the trio styles to the elite, at least your second ever trios champions have held it longer than the first ever trios champions, and they only held it for like 24 hours, or no, 48 hours. 3 days. So with that out of the way, yeah, I say Rollins retains. I think Theory would have. I honestly do think Theory will eventually take it off of Rollins, or whoever does eventually get it. Oh no, Theory will definitely take out for Rollins, but I don't think tonight's the night to do that. Because for one thing, they have no pay-per-view until like end of January, basically. So like building up a match of that caliber could be something worth watching throughout December or something like that. So yeah, I'm gonna say Rollins retains, but I don't think he has much longer left on his US title. So next up we have a match so fun to think about because we got this match unintentionally years ago at TLC, and we were supposed to get Demon Finn Balor versus Sister Abigail. Instead, we got this match, and now we're getting this match again, which is AJ Styles with the OC in his corner, which now includes Mia Yim, who has a slight name change now. She's going by Michin, which according to her in Korean is translates to crazy. I have no problem with that. I mean, they're still calling her Mia Yim on commentary, so like even when they're using the nickname Michin, they're still using the name Mia Yim. So whatever. And then in the other corner is of course Finn Balor with his Judgment Day brethren Priest, Dominic Mysterio, and Rhea Ripley. So yeah, so this feud's been going on for a while now. It kind of paused so they can finish the feud between Edge and the Judgment Day. Then it has now started back up again with the OC now in Styles' corner, and of course Dom, Damian, and Rhea. And they've tried to find a solution to the Rhea problem, which they did with Mia Yim. And now we're here. Though they're not actually involved. They're not really involved in this. Because both, spoiler for later, but yeah, both Mia Yim and Rhea Ripley are involved in the women's WarGames match. So it's interesting where they're going at this. But it is Styles versus Balor. I like both guys. I think while they're older, they're still awesome in their right now. They're so absolutely amazing, two guys. And if it's extended version what we got at TLC all those years ago, I think we're in for easily what could be, and I'm not gonna win this, for easily like a late best match of 2022, in my opinion. Like these two guys. Who's gonna win is the difficult choice because both can't lose. Both need to win. The OC need to win because like they've had success, but not enough success. And it just didn't have improved since Triple H took over, but at the same time, it's one of those things where do you halt the momentum now or like, do you halt the momentum now knowing full well they've been on a roll recently, even though they were used as kind of cannon fodder last night against the Brawling Brutes. And that's the question is like both need to win. Who deserves to win more? So with that being said, who you think will win versus Styles versus Balor?
Finn Balor.
Balor,
for the win.
Okay.
Like even though you say that both need to win, I think that the OC can recover.
Okay.
Judgment Day has been, I feel like whenever I see Judgment Day on pay-per-views, it's always like a little awkward, but it's also I feel like they need to be shown as more of a dominant force, and it will help. I mean, it's emo Bullet Club.
Okay, yeah. Even though they did say Bullet Club on like WWE like a week or so ago, they did say the words Bullet Club, which is like, oh, cool. You wouldn't get that in Vince era.
But I mean, essentially, if they, I forget which, I'm forgetting my Bullet Club history, but
okay, go on.
Who was leader first, Styles or Balor?
Balor. Prince Devitt was the one who, I believe, Prince Devitt was the original creator of the Bullet Club. I don't remember the original group, the original faction, the members. I know it was him, Gallows Anderson, Tamatanga, and Tangaloa. I don't remember the rest of the group. But like, okay, but to answer your question, Balor was the original leader of Bullet Club.
So Balor gets the win, and then if they're now, it would be crazy if at some point, the OC becomes part of Judgment Day and kicks out Bálor, then it's just like they're replaying New Japan history. And then if Kenny Omega somehow ends up in WWE for like just one match just to oust Styles or whatever, that would be funny too. But that's just long-winded to say that Bálor is coming out on top.
And I do agree with you. Yeah. I know you don't want, like I said before, you don't watch weekly programming, but yeah, since Triple H took over, he's been slowly defibrillating the Judgment Day, as it were, because like they've been more dominant on TV. They've won more of their rivalries against the likes of course, Edge and Styles for a bit, and playing the Rhea card a lot. It's helped them out as well. Dominic's greatly improved as a heel since joining them. Like, he's one of those now more cowardly, hides behind other people kind of heels. There's a couple of funny moments from last week where like he's talking mad shit to Shelton Benjamin while Damian Priest is standing literally in front of him. And in the end, Shelton Benjamin still says, no, I want to match with you. And like, Dominic looks like he just seen a fucking ghost. But no, they have greatly improved. I can see why you would definitely choose them overall. I would agree with you on that. I feel like if we're gonna cap off this rivalry between Judgment Day and OC, it would be with them winning over Styles. But at the same time, OC have only just been reintroduced. Only like they were officially reintroduced back at their the Madison Square Garden show. So like, I'm gonna stick with Styles. I can see it going either way. I'm going to stick with Styles because I feel like what's weird is they haven't had the full-blown 8-person mixed tag match we're all waiting for yet. You know?
Oh, so you know what? The best way to take care of that? Best of 7.
Fuck you. To be fair, I don't disagree with a best of 7 thing. No, that's an AEW thing. We're going to move on from that. No, I'm going to say Styles wins here, and they're gonna finally have the big 8-person mixed tag at like, I don't know, sometime next month.
Royal Rumble?
No, not Royal Rumble. Like sometime next month. Like, if anything we've learned from the Damage Control Bianca and Friends rivalry, it's not good to stretch it out like that. Stretch out rivalries like that. So I feel like Styles wins here, just so they can have the big rubber blow off match next month. So next up, this should be quick. Ronda Rousey defends her SmackDown Women's Championship against Shotzi.
Okay.
Hey, nobody asked you, Peanut Gallery.
Cough. Goddamn.
Sure. As soon as I said about that match, you coughed.
On purpose.
So basically, what happened here is a couple weeks ago, there was a 6-pack challenge, number one contenders match. Shotzi won it. Shotzi's gotten choked out by Shayna. Won a match inadvertently from against Shayna, thanks to some distraction from Raquel Rodriguez. And now we're here with Friday on SmackDown. There being a tag match with Ronda and Shayna taking on Raquel and Shotzi. That's it. That's all the build-up I got for you. That's it.
Cool.
This is still holding off until they just Mania, I guess. I don't know. Who do you got? I mean, I'm kind of curious, but not really.
I'm going to go with Demon Alexa Bliss.
You do realize I said it's Ronda versus Shotzi, right? Oh wait.
Oh, yeah, and I said what I said.
Demon Alexa Bliss. Of course, you said Demon Alexa Bliss. Is this gonna be your James Ellsworth for the women's division now? This is what you want?
Look, I like Shotzi, and I don't think that they've booked her to win this. If that makes any indication. I like Ronda's intensity when she's in her matches, and the whole MMA style and all that stuff, but I don't know. The last time I saw Shotzi was in that multi-woman ladder, and
Yeah, I get what you mean on that front. I mean, but you're going with Shayna. You're going with not Shayna, Ronda, right? Or are you just going with stick with Demon Alexa Bliss?
I'm still going with Demon Alexa Bliss.
Okay, fine. I'll be a smart one of the two of us here and say obviously Ronda retains. Something I must just say. Obviously, they're just gonna wait. I guess my guess is they still want to do Vince's original plan of Ronda Becky at Mania. So like she's gonna be holding on to that SmackDown Women's title for a while. That's all I'm gonna say. Well, a little while longer, I guess. So our next match is our first of 2 War Games matches. Do not listen to the 50 million rules they tell you about on Raw. There's only a few. They just make it sound really confusing. Like playing a game of Monopoly. Jesus Christ. So the Women's War Games match. We have Team Bianca and Friends, which is Bianca Bliss.
Bianca
Okay.
Bliss.
I am half asleep. Sorry, I was going to start Damage Control, actually. So Damage Control, Team Damage Control, which is Bailey, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley, versus Team Bianca and Friends, which is Bianca, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim, and a yet-to-be-announced 5th member of the group.
Ivory.
Yes. So, where we start? Nikki Cross got added to Damage Control after basically helping Bailey earn her title opportunity at Crown Jewel. That's one of the main reasons. Other than that, she's crazy and she doesn't mind being the shit out of the good guys. Rhea Ripley got added because Mia Yim was added to the other team. Alexa Bliss and Asuka were added because and Friends. I guess the question here, 2 questions. Who's the 5th member of Team Bianca and Friends? And who's going to win? So the rivalry for Damage Control and Bianca, I feel like it should end here, honestly. And I'll start first. I'll say Damage Control. Something tells me whoever's return is going to be a big return, and they're probably going to win. But it will make no sense. Damage Control has not looked great since they got introduced. They should have been the first to win the women's tag team championships. They should have been the first to they should have been very more dominant than they are currently. They should have caused more damage to, no pun intended, to Bianca's team, and really haven't. And now they're 2-time women's tag team champions because we had to have a women's title change on the Saudi show. So I'm just basing off of that they need to win this feud, the ultimate cap off this feud. Everyone, Team Bianca and Friends moves on, and that's it. I feel like Team Face going with that. As to who the 5th member is, it's between multiple peoples, actually. Everybody's like, it's either Candice LeRae returning, it's either honestly Dana Brooke, which will make sense because of what they did with the 24/7 title she held dear. It's probably did I say Becky? No, I didn't say Becky already. Becky Lynch coming back, or possibly Sasha Banks is brought up because it's going to be in Boston Saturday. And of course, she's a big Massachusetts girl, so like could be then. It could be her, it could be Naomi, it could be a bunch of different women, honestly. Beth Phoenix is another one that's been brought up considering like what happened to her at Extreme Rules this year. With that being said, I think it's just gonna be Beth Phoenix. Like, I honestly think it's gonna be Beth Phoenix because it makes the most sense. She wouldn't mind joining the Faces. It's a nice little pop for her return, considering she was basically concertoed out of competition for like a few months now. With that, but I'm still going to say Damage Control wins.
Okay. Well, I am going to say it's going to be Trish Stratus as the last member, and I think Bianca's team is going to win, to be completely contrarian to you. The feud will end but Bianca's team will win.
And who would you say would be the fifth member?
Trish Stratus.
Trish Stratus? Okay, yeah. I can see Trish. Why not? I mean, honestly, it's stupid because this is a Raw focused War Games match, this one. And then they have the balls to say, Bianca to say, oh, we're going to reveal it on SmackDown. Even though pretty much all the competitors in this match are Raw women from the Raw Women's division. Crowd actually booed it. Crowd legitimately booed that.
Well, I mean, some of you guys have to realize that for a while they've kind of just been playing fast and loose with that rule of like SmackDown stuff stays on SmackDown and Raw stays on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the last show before the pay-per-view, so why not have something to look forward to on SmackDown?
Yeah, I guess that's true. So in our main event match, we have the men's War Games match, aka the SmackDown War Games match, for the most part. We have Team Brawling Brutes, which is Sheamus, Rich Holland, Butch, and Drew McIntyre, and a returning Kevin Owens, taking on the Bloodline. Of course, that's Roman, Solo, Sammy, and Usos. So basically, this started a few weeks ago about a month ago, when they took Sheamus out, when the Usos took Sheamus out of action by breaking his hands. Brawling Brutes even managed to squeeze in a tag title opportunity at Crown Jewel, which they lost, but decent enough effort. So this just stems from Sheamus just being flat out pissed at the Bloodline. Of course, he called in a favor from his old buddy Drew McIntyre, who even says that the reason he chose him is like their rivalry help fuels the bond they have. Which is a pretty cool way of saying it. Then last Friday on SmackDown, they revealed to the Bloodline that it's Kevin Owens as the fifth member, even though reports say he had a sprained MCL. Actual reports said he had a sprained MCL, so take that with that what you will. But we're here now, Monday. Kevin said, it was just interesting, Kevin said he's not wrestling this match because Sami Zayn is on his other team. He loves Sammy, he considers him a brother, and whatever decision he wants to make, that's his own choices and stuff. He's mainly doing this to get revenge on Roman because he could have ended his so-called historical streak way before ever begun. So he's doing this to get to Roman, basically, which makes perfect sense. The question is, who wins this? Because this War Games match could legitimately go either way. Like the women's one, I feel like it's leaning more towards just, for me personally, Damage Control winning. But like, this one could go either way because I think it depends on what happens between Sammy and Kevin. If Kevin gets distracted, the Bloodline wins. If Sammy gets distracted, or even Jay because of Sammy, Team Brawling Brutes wins, that would be interesting as well. What's cool is either way you see it, either team winning furthers the story we've been wanting between Sammy and the Bloodline, between him being part of the Bloodline, even to an extent like it even helps, with Kevin in this match, it helps further the potential like face turn Sammy has rejoining up with Kevin, and of course, more than likely eventually teaming up with him to take on the Usos for the Undisputed Tag titles. So that's the weird part. This match could really go either way because both teams could extremely benefit. Bloodline could just continue being dominant. Brawling Brutes could have enough proof that some of the members on that team could easily go for the Undisputed UU titles again. So like, with that being said, I feel like we're not quite there yet with the Bloodline falling or losing in this case. So I'm going to go with the Bloodline winning. But like I said, I think it's going to be Sammy distracting Kevin that costs Team Brawling Brutes. Who you got?
It's interesting that you think that, whereas you've already like mentioned something that would not cause that to happen, and that's Owens being not fully 100%. So he could be taken out fairly soon, and it leads to nothing. I don't see the bloodline losing this.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, so what's one where you
something
agree with me?
is
If you know?
going to something always happens, and it's like, I don't know, maybe another member of the bloodline is introduced. I know The Rock's daughter is in NXT, but I don't think they're going to bring up yet another NXT person
No.
to be put in that. But what they could do is bring out Rikishi.
Rikishi, really?
Rikishi does a hit and run on Kevin Owens, takes him out because he was the Brawling Brutes team's fifth man. They couldn't find a quick enough replacement, so now it's down to 5 against 4, and they're trying to do the best that they can, but they ultimately don't succeed, and the bloodline wins again because of family. And if you haven't learned anything yet about the Fast and Furious series, it's that if you go against family, then you end up in an explosion and a pretty decent soundtrack to go with it.
Okay, so I can see maybe a member of the blood. I don't see another member of the bloodline like interfering. Like aside from it being a steel cage, or a unique steel cage, which we can't really get in or out after you're in there. I don't see
You can get taken out before you even get in there.
Rikishi. I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad theory. It's one that could pop. There's a science chance of it happening, but like I don't know. I don't see that happening. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I mean, we do both agree that the bloodline should win this match ultimately.
Not
Um,
should, they will. I mean, I would prefer that they lose.
I would prefer if they lose too, but that's not how the story is gonna be told. Okay, so last up, as usual, what do you think will be the best match of the night?
I think it's gonna be Balor versus Styles.
Bálor Styles. Okay. I'm gonna go on the men's War Games match. Like, there's a lot of really talented guys on that team, both teams, and like I'm expecting like just a not bloodbath, but like just like pure carnage, honestly. War, as my brother so eloquently puts it behind the scenes. No, I think it's going to be a really well done War Games match. It could be one of the better ones we get if done right. Luckily, Triple H is the one running things, so could be some interesting stuff. I'm going to go with the War Games match, but I don't disagree about Balor Styles being a potential best match of the night as well. So that's going to do it for prediction, folks. As always, so I can't do it without saying the other thing. So other than that, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button. If you want to talk to us more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about some War Games, hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon as well. What are your predictions for War Games? Well, Survivor Series War Games. What do you think is going to be match of the night? What do you think is going to be the best moment of the night? Who do you think is going to be the standout wrestler of the night overall? And where do you think this is all going to go for the bloodline going forward? Hit the subscribe button down below. But I want you to have our predictions overall. But most importantly, we thank you for watching. Now, of course, Mo, where can they find you somewhere on the internet?
Well, before I tell them the grand, wonderful people that are watching this where they can find me, I do want to add another question to your series of questions that you were asking the people, and that's, have you, the public, ever seen the 80s movie War Games? Because I feel like that might factor into this pay-per-view at some point in time. But beyond that, do the same thing. Add that into your comments below, and then just mess with the algorithm and all that. But you can find me if you look up into the night sky and look slightly, I'd say slightly to the left of Orion's belt. And then if you close your left eye and then flick your nose a couple of times, you'll see the constellation Afro Mobro. I've worked very hard to make sure that it's up in the night sky. It only works in certain conditions. You have most of that works out, but you have to do all of that. The night sky has to be clear, so it's not going to work if there's light pollution. But yeah, you'll see that in the night sky. But then also on the ground sky, in your hand, which I call the phone, you can look me up on Instagram with the same name, with pictures that are not of the night sky or my constellation. And then if you're on like music streaming services, you could look up Afro Mobro. And then some of that music might go along when you're stargazing and you're looking at my constellation. So just wanted to let you guys know it's out there.
You know what? That's a clever way of letting them know, man. And of course, guys, if you want to check out our reactions to Full Gear 2022, they're up on the channel. You can check out our full reactions. Myself, Nick Slade, reacted to 98% of the thing, and then the 2% Mo joined us for 1.5 matches.
2%. 2%.
My brother, did you see the thumbnail for Full Gear? My brother didn't even add you. It was just
No,
me.
that's fine. That's fine.
So like I was surprised because I really thought he was gonna like do a little tiny Mo somewhere on the thumbnail. Just like
just a little
you give me a
stick figure.
That's Mo. I bet you're wondering where he is. But yeah, you can check out our reactions on Full Gear as well as our other AEW reactions, as well as our WWE reactions, like the last big pay-per-view for WWE, the non-Saudi Arabia kind, Extreme Rules. You can check our reactions to that right here on the channel as well. And just a little tease, while we do not have any pay-per-views for December, stay tuned because we are doing our third annual best of 2022 1-2-3 wrestling special. So keep an eye out for that as well. I have to watch Royal Quest 2 because everybody says that match, the tag team title match, is really, really fucking good. And if you want to see more about this little bad boy right here, we also have a video for that finally up as well. But until next time, though, I'm Kristen.
And I am a Mo Brothers.
And this has been a Very Predictions WarGames filled episode of 1-2-3 Wrestling. So we'll see you guys later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out any of our previous reactions,
As well as one of our other SRB shows.
check out one of the playlists down below.
And if you want to check us out in the social universe,
You can find us on Twitter and Stardust,
at Super React Bros.
as well as on Facebook.
At Super Reaction Bros.